Welcome. This is Eloise from Empower Fitness and Yoga. Today's practice is a focus on our root chakra. So we're going to start in easy pose. I do like to sit on a blanket because I do have tight hips. You don't want your lower back rounded or tucked under, right? So just showing you from the side. Right? I like to sit on the corner. Right, so sitting up nice and tall, just like that. Right. So you don't want to be like this. You want to be nice and happy in your easy pose. Right. So from here, you'll take the meat of your thumb and you'll connect it with the middle finger and the ring finger and extend your index and pinky fingers, palms up, resting on the legs. So we're sitting up nice and tall. This is our Apana Mudra. Apana means moving energy down, connecting to the earth, right? Our root chakra is red. The element is earth, right? It gives us a sense of stability, security, safety. Right? So when you're in alignment in that chakra, you're grounded and connected. When you're not in alignment, you're scattered, ungrounded, unconnected. Right? So yoga, a walk in nature, those things help you realign that chakra if you're having a wobbly day. Right? So our mantra, I have 2 mantras for you today. I am healthy, well, and strong. And/or I am grounded and connected. Or maybe you have one of your own that speaks to you. Right? It's just nice to have that mantra during our practice today. So releasing our Apana Mudra, we'll interlace the fingers, right? And then you're going to reach the palms. You're going to reach your arms away from you. Elbows are slightly bent. If you can rotate the palms, you can try that. If that doesn't feel good on your wrist, keep it facing this way. So you're going to press that forward, tuck the chin, round the back, and come into your seated cat, right? So we get some nice flexion in the spine. On the inhale, start to elongate the spine and start to raise the palms up towards the ceiling. Gaze is forward, or if the neck allows extension, you can look up. And then find a rhythm for 3 more rounds. And you can move with me or move with the own rhythm of your breath, right? It's whatever works for you. And then we come back, right? We let the hands go, right? Take your right hand to the mat or the leg or a block, right? Whatever works. You're going to reach that left arm over. See where my right shoulder is? It's not jammed up, right? I'm keeping that elbow bent and I'm reaching over. My left hip stays on the ground. And you're just going to find your way. Just find some movement, right? Just find a little flow. One more to each side. Right? And then we'll come back to center. We're going to recross our legs, right? So we're just going to switch sides, come back, and we're going to find a little rotation. That's why spine has to be really neutral, no roundedness, right? So taking your right hand by your right hip, draw that shoulder blade towards the spine, open the chest, right? Open the shoulder. Gaze stays forward as the left hand finds the right knee. Again, inhale, elongate that spine, and exhale, find your twist to the right. Right? Engage your breath. Expand the rib cage on that exhale. Pull it in. On the inhale. The exhale, we knit it together, we pull it in, right? So on your next exhale, we'll come back to the start. And then the left hand comes by the left hip. We draw the left shoulder towards the spine. Right fingertips find the left knee. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, now we're going to rotate to the left. Twist to the left. On your next exhale, we'll come back to center. We're going to find our way right into a kneeling position. Right, so the blanket can go over to the side. Make sure you're kneeling on something. If you don't have blocks, you can use the blanket, and I will model both. We're going to stretch out the bottom of our feet. So you're going to come up onto the balls of your feet, and you'll notice like my baby toe doesn't reach the mat. It's fine, right? So if you have a block, you can go right in between the hamstrings and the calves. And you're going to sit back, right? Same thing with the blanket. Right, so this helps protect the knees. So whatever's comfortable, whatever you happen to have, right? And then we'll bring the arms up. So the elbows are in front of the ears, palms face forward. And then as we take the fingertips towards the mat, behind our hips, palms face back. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sweep the fingertips down. We have 2 more rounds. This is to distract you from the foot stretch on the bottom of your feet. Right, 1 more time. Right, and then we'll bring our hands together in prayer. On your next inhale, we'll take the hips away from the heels, take the prop out if you were using one, and then flatten the top of the feet, give them a little tap, 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 right? And then we'll find child's pose. I like my knees wide, but you can keep the legs together if you like, and then we're going to sink forward. If this is too crunchy on the knees, you can come on to your forearms. So this is a nice root chakra pose. And if you're feeling unsteady, if you have 2 minutes to just find a child's pose somewhere in a corner or under your desk, right? Just connect. And then on your next inhale, we're going to come back to tabletop. If your knees were wide, you can just scooch them back under the hips, right? Connecting the left hand. Inhale, sweep the right arm up and find a little T. And then just come in. Now, if this is too much, right, you can always take the hand behind the head and do it that way. It's a variation. And then exhale, bring that hand down, and then we'll do the other side. Again, fingertips behind the ear. And then exhale, bring that left hand down. Find a little flow. We inhale, we take the right arm up. The exhale, you bring the right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Left hand down. 1 more time. And then we'll come back to our child's pose, connecting the forehead. Now from here, my head is elevated because I'm teaching, right? But I'd like your head connected. You're going to just drag your fingertips alongside the body, right? When you get towards your feet, your palms are going to flip up, wrists near the ankles. Forehead is connected to a mat or a block or a blanket, and let the shoulder blades spread from the spine. If this does not feel good on your neck, you don't do it. You bring the arms back. Right. One more round of breath, and then we'll take our hands back to our traditional child's pose out in front. Your inhale, we come up to a tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes and come into your first down dog of your practice. Right, so the heel of our hands, the knuckles, the fingertips are all connected. The eye of our elbow, the crease of our elbow is in line with our thumbs, not the top of the mat. Right, and you can start to pedal your feet, walking your dog. So we'll do 4 more, 3 more, 2, and 1. Softening both knees. Coming up on the balls of the feet, spread your toes. And on your exhale, we travel to the top of our mat. The inhale is a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up. Come up nice and strong. And then we exhale, we're going to go right into chair pose. Why not? Right? So block between the knees sometimes helps people. But I like the feet wide, and there's a reason for that. Right? So we're going to come down and then find a little pelvic tilt. If your butt is sticking out, you're going to tuck your tailbone. Right? On your next exhale, we find the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale into your chair pose. We pause for the inhale. The exhale, we find the fold. The inhale is a halfway lift. Draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale into your chair. Pausing here for the inhale. Exhale, fold. We have 1 more round. Inhale, fill it up, fill the heart and lungs on that halfway lift. The exhale, maybe you soften the knees as you come into the fold. The inhale, I always bend my knees as I draw through the feet, come up to stand, right? And we're going to pause in our upward salute. Rotate your palms towards the front of your mat. And we're going to find that little tuck the tailbone. And then come up onto the balls of your feet. Palm tree. Right? So try to find your gaze, engage the core. One more round of breath. And then on the exhale, we bring the heels down. And we bring the arms down. And we come into mountain pose. So palms face forward, palms face in. Another good root chakra pose. Right? Lift your toes. Lift the toes up. Coming into the 3 points of our feet. The space below our big toe, our little toe in the center of our heel. That's your triangle of support for your standing poses. Right? And then we'll bring the toes down. We'll inhale, take the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to add on. Right? Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Step back into your plank. Spread your shoulders away from the spine. Squeeze your butt. Right? We're going to contract the glute muscles. Your glutes are your butt muscles. In half, which is on the knees, or full plank, elbows to the back of the mat as we lower down. Flatten the top of the feet. Take the hands. You can take the hands wide. I do. Right? On your inhale, we draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. Chin is tucked. Right? And then exhale, come into child's pose. And pause there. Right? On your inhale, we'll come up to tabletop. Exhale into down dog. Right? You can walk your dog. You can move your toes. You can kind of play here. I always like to pedal my feet. Right? On your next exhale, we'll bend both knees, come up on the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, we little steps or float to the top of your mat. The inhale is a halfway lift. The exhale to fold. The inhale, we rise. We come on up nice and strong. Exhale into chair. Pause for the inhale. And then the exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to your plank. Lower down and half or full. The inhale is a cobra. Exhale into child's pose. The inhale, we come to tabletop. Exhale into your down dog. Right, on your next exhale, we'll soften the knees and we'll travel to the top, so little steps are floating. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Come on up. Exhale into your chair pose. Pause for the inhale and then the exhale to fold. So we're going to start to add on. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back. And we lower down to our mat. The inhale, come up to your cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Your inhale, come to your tabletop. Your exhale is your down dog. And this is our add-on. This is our add-on team. So you find the stability in your left foot. Press into the ball of the foot. Your inhale, we take the right toes up for our three-legged dog. On your exhale, the shoulders come over the hips. We draw the right foot to the top of our mat. Your inhale, let's rise. Come on up, right up to crescent warrior. Right? So that left hip is rotated to be in line with the right hip as much as you can. And we tuck the tailbone. Maybe that back knee is bent. This is what works for me. So we're stretching and strengthening the front of that left hip right now, which is awesome, right? Feels really nice. Right. On your next exhale, you're going to connect that left foot and we're going to open right up to warrior two. So our shoulders are over the hips. And we'll rotate both palms up. So that opens the heart, it externally rotates the shoulders. Finding a flow. On your inhale, extend that right leg. Connect your fingertips over the head, the gaze follows the heart. Your exhale takes you back to warrior two. The inhale, extend the leg, connect the fingertips, shift your gaze. 2 more rounds. We'll pause on this 4th round, right? We'll release the left hand to the left hamstrings. Draw that left shoulder blade towards your spine. On your inhale, you can slide the left fingertips down, but the right fingertips are going to reach towards the back of the mat for this reverse triangle. On your next exhale, we come back to our warrior two, right? So make sure you can see the inside of your foot. If the knee is coming over, that means you're tight here in your adductors, right? So you can lift your heel. That should help, or back the pose off, because you don't want to be like that. It's going to be terrible for your joints. On your next exhale, we bring the hands down to frame our right foot. We pivot on the back toes, right? So we connect that left hand. Take that right arm, and you're going to take it right in the inside of that right foot. Right leg. So it's not lizard. We didn't toe heel the foot, right? We're getting a nice stretch in the inner thigh, right, of that right leg. So that left knee can be on the mat if you need to, or we draw that left heel towards the back of the mat. That left arm is nice and strong. 1 more round of breath. And after that exhale, we'll inhale. We'll find this twist, right? So press through the whole left hand, reach the right fingertips up. Gaze can go up to the right hand, follow the heart, or look down, whatever works for you, right? And then on your next exhale, we bring that right hand down. We take the left foot up to meet the right. We inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise team, come on up. Exhale into chair. Pause for the inhale. The exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back. We lower in half a full plank, right? Inhale is your cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. The exhale finds the down dog. We find the stability in that right leg, and then inhale, take the left foot up. And then on your exhale, that left foot comes to the top of the mat. Right, we're going to rise. So you can walk it up or rise up and find your crescent warrior. Right, so this hip, when they say open hip, right, that's what that means. Like, what does that mean? I like to say rotating the right hip. So you have to make a little adjustment there, right? Turn this on. Turn it on. That'll help the stretch. On your next exhale, reconnect the right heel and come right into your warrior two. Right? So again, you can see the inside of that left foot. The back foot's at a 45-degree angle as much as you can. Rotate the palms up, shoulders over hips. Rotate the palms up. On your inhale, lengthen out that left leg. Shift your gaze, connect your fingertips over the crown of the head. Right? And then we find our flow. Exhale, back into your warrior two. The inhale, we extend and connect. Two more. I am healthy, well, and strong. Right? We'll pause here. You'll take that right hand to the hamstrings. Draw the right shoulder blade towards the spine. Your next inhale, we reach the left fingertips behind us to the back of our mat. Your next exhale, come back to warrior two. Then we'll bring the hands down to frame the left foot, pivot on the right toes. The right hand connects. That left arm comes in the inside, right? So our right elbow crease is in line with the right thumb as much as you can. We're drawing the right heel back, and then you're trying to get that left hand, that left arm. It's not going to reach, but that's okay. On your next inhale, let's sweep the left arm up and find your runner's lunge with a twist. One more round of breath. We're adding on this side, right? So on your exhale, you're going to sweep the left hand past the left toes when you get long on our mat. Right? Your toes can be out. I like my toes in front of my heels. Some people bring their toes in. That's if you're open-hipped, right? You don't want to be uncomfortable. So find what speaks to you. I like my toes in front of my heels, right? I'm going to connect my left hand. So what I'm doing is I'm extending the legs. I'm flexing the front of my legs, my quadriceps, and then connecting the left hand on the inhale. I'm going to sweep the right arm up. And then on the next exhale, that right hand takes the place of the left hand, and I inhale and I take the left fingertips up. And then find a rhythm for three more rounds. Right, left hand, inhale, take the right arm, right hand up. The exhale, that right hand comes down. The inhale, the left arm comes up. Right, two more to each side. Right, keep lifting those inner arches. Connect the 3 points of your feet. And then we'll meet with our hands on the floor of the mat, right? Inhale, come to a halfway lift. I come up on my tented fingertips, right? I'm going to bend the right knee, extend the left leg. See how I keep my foot anchored? Draw that right hip towards the heel. You'll get a bigger stretch in that left leg and that left knee. Then come back, both legs are extended, and we go to the other side. We bend the left knee. Left hip towards the heel, we extend the right leg. My back is as neutral as I can get it, and just find a little rhythm side to side. We'll do one more, right? We'll meet with that left knee bent and the right leg extended, and then pivot towards the top of your mat. Left foot is forward. We'll take that right foot up to meet the left. The inhale is a halfway lift. The exhale to fold. The inhale, we rise. Come on up, team. Maybe take a block with you because we're going to do a little twist. Right, exhale, come into your chair. Put a block there if you need it. Right. So we're in our chair, neutral spine. The left fingertips are going to come to the right knee or the right leg. Right. And then on your exhale, we sweep the right hand back. So we're not shifting that right hip back to get bigger in this, right? We're keeping that spot so the knees and the hips are facing the front of your mat. One more round of breath. And then on the exhale, we come into a fold. The inhale is a halfway. Exhale to fold. And then we can bend the knees as we rise up to this upward salute. Fingertips go up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, come into chair pose. And this time the right fingertips go to the left leg. Then your exhale, we take that little twist with the left arm, right? So chair pose isn't everyone's favorite, I know that. But it does help ground us. It is a root chakra pose. It grounds us in the present moment and our physical body, right? And it's empowering. On your next exhale, we'll come into our fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, let's rise. Come on up. Come back to your chair. Arms are forward. I like to rotate the palms in, scoop the shoulder blades. Right? On your next inhale, as we rise up to stand, you're going to take your left leg with you. Tuck your tailbone, turn your right butt cheek on. Then take the right hand forward, so it's standing sunbird. I am grounded and connected. On your next inhale, we'll sweep that right arm to frame the right ear. So from here, we're going to step back. So if you want to bring your hands to your hips, or you can keep them extended, you're going to step the left foot back and come into your crescent warrior. Right, so we've been here before. Arms come up to frame the ears. And we're paused. So goal posting the arms. This is optional. It's a little strengthening, right? So as you exhale, we take the left knee towards the mat. The elbows come into your rib cage. The inhale, we drive through the ball of that back foot and the front foot as we extend. And I like to make a little gentle fist with thumbs out as I come down, elbows to ribs. The inhale, we come up. We have two more. And this is optional. If this is not appropriate on your knees, we don't do it. You just hold the pose. Or maybe you just want to do one. And then you're done. It's a wobbly pose. It's hard. This is hard. Right? And then the inhale, we come up. Back to crescent warrior. And then when you're ready, open up into warrior two. So we're in our warrior two, which feels really nice, right? We're opened up, shoulders are over the hips. We're gonna rotate those palms up. Your next inhale, sweep it back, find that reverse triangle, right? We've been here before. And then on your next exhale, keep that right leg extended, the shoulders come over the hips. So we're gonna do triangle pose. Can you bend this knee? Yes, right? It's hamstring. So if you need a slight bend in your knee, please take it, right? You are allowed to do that. So we're gonna lift the inner arches, especially of that back foot. I teach this a little differently. Hands on the hips, right? You're gonna tuck your tailbone, engage the core, and then it's teeny, right? I'll lift this up so you can see how teeny it is. Little teeny adjustment. Drawing the right hip back, the left hip forward, right? And then inhale, float my arms, so my arms are gonna be out to the side. I know it's different, right? And then as you exhale, you're gonna bring the right hand down and the left fingertips up. I use a block for this pose. I can't touch the ground in this pose. Right? So it can be in front. I like it in the back. And isometrically means we're not moving. So you're drawing your heels apart from one another, but feet aren't moving. Right? It's a huge stretch right here on the left hip. Hamstrings. If you want the lat stretch, we reach the left arm forward, palm down. Right? Your lat muscle connects into the fascia of your lower back, which connects to your spine, root chakra. Right? On your next inhale, staying in the pose, we just take the left fingers back up. As you start to isometrically spread the heels apart, you inhale to rise. Right? We exhale, we come back to warrior two. We're going to find an arm bind. So I'm going to switch around. So mind my back. Right? We're going to switch around. You're going to draw your shoulder blades towards your spine just slightly. And then the exhale, we bring the crown of our head as much as we can. If you have a shoulder injury, don't connect the hands or the forearms. Just draw your shoulder blades towards the spine, spread the fingers. Right. If you don't like the sensation, bring your hands to the mat. Right. One more round of breath. And then on the exhale, the hands come to frame your right foot. We pivot on the left toes. We're back in runner's lunge. We take that left foot up to meet the right. The inhale's a halfway. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, rise, come on up. Exhale into chair. Right. So on your next inhale, left side's going to take the weight, and as you inhale and take the fingertips up, you're going to take the right knee with you. Right? You can always hold on to a wall if you need stability, and then when you're ready, the left hand comes down like a stop sign. So contract the left butt muscles. Come back to your breath. Come back to, I am connected and grounded. Right? On your next inhale, you can take the left arm to frame the ear. The hands can stay there or come to prayer as you step the right foot back for your crescent warrior. Rotate that right hip. Maybe you've got I bend my knee a little bit. I like to tuck the tailbone. That feels really good to me. Arms come out. Now you can stay here, or you can goalpost the arms, palms face forward. On your exhale, we're going to pull that energy down, like Apana. Draw the right knee towards the mat. Inhale, extend, maybe open the fingers, and we have 3 more. Again, this is an add-on, right? If you're not enjoying this, or maybe you have a knee injury or a hip injury, right? Just stay in the pose. It's your mat, it's your journey. We'll pause here in that last round. On your next exhale, we connect the right heel. We come back to warrior two. Right? And again, like if you can't see the inside of your foot, that means your inner thighs are tight, right? You can lift your heel or you can back the pose off, but you don't want to be like this. You want to be able to see the inside of your foot. Rotate your palms. Inhale, sweep it back for that reverse triangle. And then on your exhale, we'll bring the shoulders over the hips. This is our triangle pose. Hands on the hips, tuck the tailbone. Legs are nice and strong, right? We gently just draw that left hip back, right hip forward. It's a teeny movement. Inhale, see my arms are out to the side, right? And then your exhale, we tee the arms up. But I need my block. If you want that lat stretch on this side and it's appropriate, you can reach the right arm forward, palm down. On your next, staying in the pose, but your next inhale, the right fingertips come back up. Right, we start to spread our heels isometrically on the inhale as we rise. The exhale, we come back to warrior two. And then we find a bind or no bind, just take the shoulder blades towards each other. And then your exhale, we humble our warrior two. So the left knee stays over The ankle, you're trying to get the hands away from the small of the back. One more round of breath. And then the exhale, that second exhale, we bring the hands to frame the left foot. We pivot on the right toes. We take the right foot up to meet the left. The inhale is a halfway lift. The exhale to fold. The inhale, rise up, nice and strong. And bring your hands to heart center. So we are going to do a malasana squat, which is a low squat. It can be tough on the knees. So if malasana squat doesn't speak to you, come into a goddess. And just make sure, again, right, knees track over the toes. That means you can see the inside of your feet, okay? You can use the block from malasana squat, so it's not as wide. And then you come on down. You can sit on a block if you want to. Hands come to prayer. Your triceps press into the inside of your legs. And then we draw the heel of our hands towards the mat. And come back to your breath, right? So if you're in goddess, you can go to five-pointed star, which is the inhale, we lengthen out everything. Because we're going to do a little add-on, and we can do this together, right? So if you're in goddess, come back to goddess. We're in malasana squat. On your inhale, we're gonna rise up, right? So you're a five-pointed star, or you can take, if you're in malasana squat, you take the heel of the hands over the crown of the head. The exhale, we come back to our malasana, or goddess. And then the inhale, we rise up to stand. Right? And on the exhale, we'll let it go. So we're going to come into tabletop. Right? So we're in our little tabletop here. We're going to extend the right leg, tuck our tailbone, squeeze, contract the right butt cheek, lift your right toes, and then the left hand reaches forward. So please don't lift that way up or do this. I'm not really sure what that is. We're trying to keep the core connection here. It's just, we're going to do this 20 seconds. You're already halfway there, right? So we exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine, towards the ceiling. The inhale, you let it go for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we bring everything down. We switch sides. So extend the left leg, tuck your tailbone, squeeze, engage the left butt cheek, and then you just lift your toes up 2 or 3 inches. Right arm comes forward. It's 20 seconds. So we exhale, pull the belly button in and up, right? You're already halfway there. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come on down. Right, so we're going to go onto our backs. Right, feet come off the mat. If your chin is higher than your forehead, you have tight neck and shoulder muscles, please put your head on something. Right, just put something soft but supportive. Right, so the left foot comes to the mat, and then we take the right leg up. We interlace our hands behind the hamstrings, not behind the knee, not the calf, because we're going to do a little bit of mobility work. Right? You're going to press your leg into your hands into your leg. Find the stretch. And then on your exhale, bend your knee. The inhale, we extend. Right? So you have 3 more of those. And we'll pause. Pause in the stretch. Keep pressing the leg into your hands, the hands into your legs. 2 more rounds of breath. I am healthy, well, and strong. I am connected to the universe. And then we'll release that. We'll go right over to the other side, extending the left leg up. Interlace the fingers behind the hamstrings. You'll feel that ropey tendon behind the knee. If you feel ropiness, move it above, right? Toes are neutral or gently flexed. And then we'll exhale, bend the knee. The inhale, extend. And you've got 3 more. You're still pressing the leg into the hands and the hands into the leg. On that 4th round, we pause. Right? So we don't ever feel pulling in the hamstrings, in any hamstring poses. So if you feel pulling in your butt, in your glutes, or behind the knee, you got to back it off. Bend the knee or back it off a little bit, especially in the glute. Right? That's yoga butt. That doesn't mean you have a good butt. It means you're going to have attachment issues, and that's surgery. So we don't want that. Right? We want to be healthy and strong in our yoga practice. So that means honoring our limitations, right? You can push the envelope, you can find that growing edge. Right? But it's when the body says stop, that's when it's time to listen. And then on your next exhale, we'll release that, right? Both feet come off the mat. And then just do a little rock side to side, hip to hip. Coming back to center, that left foot comes onto the mat. The right ankle goes onto the left thigh, right? And then we try to keep that left knee in line with the left hip. It's figure 4. It's for the outside of that right hip. Now, you can put your left foot, if you've got furniture or a wall, you can put your foot against that, or somebody's kind enough to let you put your foot onto their leg. Right? You can thread through, but if you're doing this to thread through, please don't do that. Right? Look at how tense my upper body and my neck and head are, right? So your adrenal glands are connected to your root chakra, right? Because that's our survival chakra. And when you are not aligned, that's when that fight or flight's going to kick in, and that's stress. So we all know what that is, right? So let's unwind this pose. Let's go over to the other side. Left ankle goes onto the right leg. Try to keep the right knee in line with the right hip. Rest the head. You can thread through. You can hold on to. This is kind of a go-to. I sometimes hold on to the bottom of my left foot with my right hand, and then I can just gently cradle that left knee, or you can thread through. Yeah. So we get into fight or flight, and then we get into sympathetic nervous system, and then you're frantic and you're frying your central nervous system. Right? And we all do it. We all spend way too much time in our sympathetic nervous system. So going out in nature, right, laying on your yoga mat, those things are going to help you reconnect. So on your exhale, we'll release that, right? Both feet come to the mat. Take your feet wide. So the heels are wider than your hips. The inside of your knees connect, and then your spine is neutral, so it's not imprinted. And then we're going to windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Right. So feel free to pause on one side if you want to. Right, we're getting into that TFL muscle, like hip flexor muscle that sits next to your IT band in the front of your hip. It can be very pesky, and it helps internally rotate your legs. So what does that mean? See, as I come over, see what my left leg is doing? That's internally rotating. Right. So it can be pinchy. So this is a really nice stretch. It's a nice little mobility flow. We'll do one more to each side. And we'll come back to center. Left foot comes off the mat, left hand connects with the knee. Same thing on the right side. And then we'll find 4 knee circles in one direction. Then we'll go the other way. Right, and we'll come back to center. Extending one leg at a time up to the ceiling. You can put a block if you're not sure how to do that. Where's my block? Right, knees are bent, we're at level 1. So we're not in a back bend. This is going to go across the hips, not across the lower back. And then one leg at a time, we take it up. This is actually I prefer this. And then we keep our gaze up or close the eyes. So if you're a nosy Parker, you're being distracted by things in your house or you're practicing with other people, right? Close the eyes, right? You don't want to move your head in this position. Two more rounds of breath. And on that second exhale, bend one knee at a time, and then 1 foot at a time gently comes to the mat. Right? And then you can tuck your tailbone, lift the hips just gently off the block so you can take it out. And then take the heels wide. Bring the inside of the knees to connect. We've been here before, palms are up. And then on your exhale, you're going to gently place, not jamming, but gently place that lower back on the mat. So you're drawing the top of your hips towards your rib cage. And we're connecting our sacrum, we're connecting our root chakra to the earth through our mats. Right, so come back to your mantra, I am healthy, well, and strong. I am grounded and connected. Right? If you're a color person, visualize your favorite color of red. Right? On your next inhale, we'll release that imprint and we'll set up for a Shavasana. So you can take the legs out and see how that feels. Because you are in a little bit of extension here with the spine. If it doesn't feel good, you can do your Shavasana with knees bent. So we're closing our eyes. We're letting go of our Ujjayi breathing. Taking one more minute in our Shavasana. So taking an inhale through the nose, sigh it out. Bringing some gentle movement back to your body as we come out of our meditation. If you'd like to stay longer, you can just end the video. You can click the video off if you'd like to stay longer in your Shavasana. Right? So maybe it's a no nod, maybe it's opening and closing the fingers, a rotation of the ankles and your wrists, whatever you need to do. I do request that you do pull the knees in towards the chest and find your way over to your right side to come up back to a seated position. Right? Well, so let's close our practice like we started it. So we're in our easy pose. We're going to come back to that Apana Mudra. Right, so the meat of your thumb connects with your middle and your ring finger as we extend the pinky and the index finger, palms up, hands resting on the legs. Come back to your mantra. I am healthy, well, and strong. I am connected and grounded. On your next exhale, we'll release that mudra to come into prayer mudra, pressing the palms together, as we find our bow of gratitude and say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a wonderful day.